and welcome to In the Sheds. What a weekend of rugby league we've just experienced for the Group 9, of course, taking out the Kelly Cup over Group 20 with a memorable win in first grade. We'll take a look at all of those highlights this week. Also going to talk everything Group 9 for round 5. Plenty of fantastic matchups, and our special guest joining us today from the Tumbarumba Greens is their coach, Simon Van Zanten. Simon, welcome to In the Sheds, mate. A tough start to the season for the Tumbarumba side.
Yeah, we set a goal of trying to get better week by week, and then we've had a few injuries, and our international players haven't been cleared by immigration yet. So really struggled.
We'll take a look back at the weekend, of course, up against Brothers. Probably not a game that you would have liked to have had against them.
No, if I could turn back time, I wish I wasn't there, to tell you the truth. The way we went, we had a lot of players in the sin bin and nil discipline, and really handed Brothers a victory, but nothing, not to downplay their role. They're going well and going to start winning a few games, I think.
As you said, a few players are away and you were hoping for a few new players to come in. Is that the way you can turn things around, or are there other aspects that you've been looking at training?
Oh, there's other aspects too. We're really sweating on a few injuries. Our fellas come back from injuries, and the international boys hopefully getting approved. But in saying that, we had a big meeting last night and said, well, they're here, but let's move forward and start winning a few games and really just keep everyone on the paddock to start off with.
Now, there was a bit of a talk about the face-off of the Brothers with your brother coaching Brothers, Adam, and yourself at Tumbarumba. How was that, coaching against your brother, Adam?
Oh, it's fun in a little way, but when the result ends up that lopsided, it's not too exciting. But hopefully in the second round, when we play against each other, we can get out there and get into the footy.
Of course, Cootamundra this weekend, they're coming off a great win, defeating the defending premiers, Albury. They're going to be tough. How do you think you can get over the top of them?
Well, yeah, I don't think you're going to blindside him with Mark Illier as a coach. He's always got something up his sleeve, but I think if we just stick to our game plan and not worry about them, I think we can really give them a run for their money. And I really think our forwards have been pretty dominant, but if we can hold them in the middle, I think we can really keep with them and probably beat them.
And obviously, being at Tumbarumba Showground, it'd be good to have a nice big crowd down there to cheer the Greens on. Yeah,
they're very vocal up there. They like their football, and I think they're going to really turn out in numbers to try and get behind us and get our first victory of the year, hopefully. Now,
on the weekend, we just saw Group 9 take out the Kelly Cup. Fantastic result for them. What did you think of the game?
Oh, yeah, I didn't actually see the game, but from what I heard, Group 9 absolutely played unreal. I reckon they've got a really good mix this year. They've got some youth and pick people on form like Glendon Morris and our Fijian Jimmy. He played too, and he apparently went really good. So
we'll ask you about him. Of course, he's been put into the country championship side as well. It's going to face Cooma at the start of June. Fantastic for him. Great result.
Yeah, great result, and he's captained his country a few times now, so he's a pretty handy footballer. And he had a little niggle on the weekend, which didn't help us. He didn't get much game time for Tumbarumba, but that I think's happened in rep football, so it's good for him, and hopefully he can come back, go to the next level and help us out more when he comes back.
Now we'll take a look at some other round 5 games. The Hotel Coronation match of the round this week is going to be Temora up against the Kangaroos at Nixon Park. How do you see that one panning out?
I think it'll be a close game. Temora have obviously recruited well, but I think if Kangaroos can hold them in the middle, I think their back line will be too nippy for them. I think Kangaroos will get up in that one.
Young, of course, have been struggling. They put it to Temora last week, but fell apart late in the game. They've got Brothers, who, of course, you played against. How do you think that will go at Alfred Oval?
I think, Young are struggling a fair bit by the sound of things. They've got some young kids and a few different imports, which will start helping them. But I think Brothers are a team on the rise. I
feel a bit sorry for Tumut this weekend. They've got to travel down to Greenfield Park up against Albury, who of course are coming off their first loss of the season.
Yeah, well, Tumut, with having all them premiership players return this year, I think they're going to be competitive in every game. It's for anyone this year, it's going to be a fair hike to go down to Albury and try and take on the defending premiers. But I think Tumut will go close, but I think Albury is still going to have too much firepower out in the backs. And
another big game is going to be South City up against Gundagai. South City have been pretty white hot to start the season.
Yeah, I think this could be one of the games of the year so far. I think South City, honestly, in hot form, and they've got fit young forwards. If Gundagai can try and dominate and bit in the middle, I think they might have a chance of winning this one, because they've got some good strike power in Phil Latu and Damien Willis out wide. But I think South City are just going to be too hot at the moment to they'll beat Gundagai, I think.
Of course, Damien Willis was a standout in Group 9's win, scoring a double. He looks very in form at the moment, so should be a very, very good game. South City taking on Gundagai. Now, it's time to do our set of 6, Simon. 6 easy questions. You can dob in a few of your teammates, the players that you coach out there at the Tumbarumba coach, and you can also rag on your brother a little bit here. We're giving you free rein. So the first question in the set of 6 is, can you tell us the most embarrassing moment of Adams?
I actually wasn't there, but it was pretty funny. He went on a Bucks night and went to Canberra. He's in Civic in Canberra and got that intoxicated he couldn't talk. And the police took him up and put him into a rehab place until he could talk and realise where he was. Yeah, I think that'd have to be pretty embarrassing. And every time he opened his wallet, he flicked out a card for the rehab centre. So I have to say that.
Of course, the biggest practical joker at the side, but who's the biggest practical joker down there at the Greens?
Oh, it'd have to be Kane Hammond for sure. He's a serial pest. He just anything you do, he's just annoying, and I wouldn't trust leaving my gear around him anyway for sure.
Now you don't look like you're scared of too much, but what's your biggest fear?
Oh, biggest fear? Well, taking the coaching role on, leading to the Greens to the wooden spoon again. That's my biggest fear for this year.
Of course, you're looking to return to the field. Who's the toughest opponent that you've faced?
It'd have to be Steve Reardon for Temora and ex-Bulldogs when he played. It was like hitting a brick wall every time you hit him, and you had to watch your head a few times because he knew how to nail you pretty good, old Steve.
Who's the hardest trainer at Tumbarumba?
That'd be a toss-up between Josh Cleal and Kane Hammond, but I think Josh Cleal is. I think he's a real talent, Josh.
And now the last one, the 6th tackle, is if you're stuck on an island, what 3 essential things would you like to have with you?
Well, first of all, I'll have to say my family first, so I don't get in trouble. Second, I have to have some food because I really like my food. And third, I'd have to have a good supply of alcohol, 4X probably.
Perfect. That's a great plug for the sponsors as well. Simon Van Zetten, thanks very much for joining us, mate, and good luck this weekend in the Group 9.
Thank you very much.
That has been In the Sheds for another week. Make sure you get out there and support your local team. Tune into the Group 9 website for the latest for round 6 coming up next week.